Hiruzen Sarutobi is a fraud. Hiruzen is the leader of the Leaf Village, and he's the third Hokage, the most powerful officially appointed leader in its government. And at a young age, all he did was know war, which made him one of the most powerful ninja during his time. This life of war that he lived made him a deeply caring individual, but it also made him too lenient with his allies, and it also made him neglect the living conditions of certain individuals. The thing that Hiruzen gets called out the most on is his neglect of Naruto Uzumaki, the fourth Hokage's son. The fourth Hokage entrusted the third with Naruto's growth. However, from what we see in the show, Naruto is not only neglected, he is treated poorly. And the third Hokage is directly responsible for this. Instead of taking Naruto under his tutelage, he decides to ignore him, putting him in a small apartment. I've tried to look at this from Hiruzen's eyes, and since he was raised during a time of war, I'm sure he looked at Naruto's living conditions and thought they were fine. After all, if Hiruzen's youth was as bad as they made it out to be, then I'm sure Naruto's life looked like a life of luxury. By the way, I'm not excusing his behavior, I'm just trying to see it from his perspective. This promise that he fails to keep in overseeing the fourth Hokage's son, we can overlook though compared to the other two. Once again, Hiruzen was a deeply caring individual, and he often overlooked the bad behavior stemming from his allies, especially his student, Orochimaru. And by the time he finally caught on to Orochimaru's sick experiments, it was already too late. And even then, he couldn't bring himself to face Orochimaru because of how much he cared for him. I'd like to point out that Orochimaru was responsible for a lot of sick stuff. Experimenting on people, kidnapping children, the murder of countless people, as well as almost starting another great war. And this isn't even the biggest thing with Hiruzen. His biggest critique is being partly responsible for the Uchiha massacre. Hiruzen's refusal to be directly involved in it caused Itachi to shoulder the responsibility. And actually listen to the complaints of the Uchiha and how they fit within the village. It could have been prevented. But once again, his passive behavior and love is ultimately what made him a terrible person.
Please, for all things holy, please subscribe.